Hello, my name's Liv and I'm a new mum. My first baby is 5 weeks old and my life basically consists of breastfeeding at the moment, which is a big change. Didn't do much of that before I had the baby, and now it's all I do. I feed myself and I breastfeed. And now it's stopped being excruciatingly painful. It's quite nice, but also sometimes I think that I could be doing something else as well. And so I thought during this coronavirus crisis, maybe I could make some videos and share them with the World Wide Web. And so this is my first one. I'm not going to edit them because I don't know how, and I don't have any hands free, so I'm just going to go for it. So I'm going to do one a day. Liv's tips for surviving the lockdown period, the coronavirus. So day one, tip one. I've been thinking about bum wiping. Now, this is obviously on my mind because as well as breastfeeding, I'm doing a lot of bum wiping. Mostly my babies, but obviously, my own. And so far we haven't run out of bog roll, and it's not something I'm worried about actually. But I know that the nation are very, very worried about this. It's almost like people are more worried about not being able to wipe their asses than they are of starving to death. It seems like people are bulk buying bog roll more than anything. So I suppose tip one would be, or first of all, don't bulk buy because it's a bit selfish. But I suppose if one person starts doing it, then it leads to a chain. If you're going to bulk buy anything, I'd bulk buy beans or something. But I think what would maybe reassure people is knowing that there are other ways to wipe your arse. So obviously, many other cultures and many other countries don't use bog roll, never have, never will. And India, for example, there are lots of parts of India where people don't do that. And it's actually, I was having a chat to my friend who's Indian, who lives in Chennai. I was chatting to her last year on this subject. And what I didn't ask her, because I felt like it would maybe be just a bit inappropriate, I didn't ask her, so what exactly do you do? Because I thought that would be a bit awkward for her. So I actually don't know exactly how it's done, but you know what? What's the worst that can happen? You've got a bit of a pebby bum, and you've got access to water. Hopefully we'll keep having access to water. You've got two hands. You know what you need to do. You just got to man up and do it. And my tip for this time of coronavirus is maybe start figuring that one out, because that would completely take away your fear of running out of bog roll. And, if you just cannot bring yourself to use your hand, then there are lots of other things around the house that you could maybe use, like an old sheet, you could cut it up, I don't know, old energy bills, receipts, bits of old towel. You get creative, you could use anything. What else? I suppose if you do end up using your hand, don't worry, because no one's shaking hands at the moment. No one's hugging. You're not contacting anyone, so you're not going to touch someone's hand that might have been wiping their bum. So I'm going to keep this short but sweet. I hope that this has inspired you, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for my second tip of how to survive the coronavirus on lockdown, how to stay sane, how to stay safe. Okay, see you tomorrow.